Hi there and welcome to this latest offering from Narrowboat and Natterings. We're down in Stratford upon Avon in Bancroft Basin. We've been here for a couple of days and the river levels are now at last safe for cruising. So me and Mrs L, we're down onto the Avon. We're going to go and sample the ambience of the town, and obviously this lends itself to plenty of husband and wife bantering and bickering. So please do sit back and enjoy the wonders of Stratford upon Avon. So we're going to go onto the river. Mrs L is just helping the big tour boat through the lock, and then we'll go down ourselves. We're not going to go on a big cruise, just down onto the main bit of river there in front of Royal Shakespeare Company. Just have a bit of it's a nice day, you know. Go and see the swans and see what's going on down there. And try and find my mate Ian later. He's gone busking. He's gone busking in Stratford upon Avon. So see if I can track him down and get him on film. Now, it's places like this where you have throngs of tourists watching that things can go a bit wrong. So yesterday tried coming into the lock and all the swans and cygnets decided they wanted to squeeze in as well between me and two boats. Now that was worrying, because to have squashed a cygnet with a 15-ton boat wouldn't have been a very pretty sight, and no doubt would have gone viral across the world, but it's not what I want to go viral for, because everybody stands there filming the boats. So came down onto the river yesterday, and we got down as far as Luddington Lock, but that was still on red. So whereas up here is on amber. It's probably green now today. A lot of water having to run off, of course, from all the rain we've had. The problem with the Avon is it kind of gets backed up by the Severn, so if the Severn's in flood, it can hold off the flow a little bit. Once the Severn's kind of emptied through, the Avon can run a little bit freer. But we're getting there now. See Mrs Lumsden there, showing off for the tourists. Are you jumping on? So that gate's going to swing open?
Yeah. It has been naturally swinging open. I might try and get through. Do you want me to get up and get it open?
We go across, I think. It's starting to move now. Thanks, mate.
Very much visible, don't you?
Like a goldfish in a fish bowl. Hello, mate. How you doing? I wouldn't have known his name.
Is it Chris?
Not sure. Mark.
I don't know. Mark.
How you doing, Mark? And you,
Thank
mate.
you. Right, I'll go make you a drink.
Okay. And here we go. One of my favourite places. I love Stratford. I love everything about it. I love the history, obviously. I love the river. I love the tourists. I love the buzz that comes with it. Even in this sort of semi-lockdown sort of condition that we're now in, it's still thriving. It's still bustling along, you know. It's just beautiful. We've had fish and chips. We're going for a lovely cream tea this afternoon. We've got an Indian meal tomorrow night. We went to a lovely restaurant the other night, so it's doing my diet a world of good. But it is lovely. It is quintessentially English, isn't it? You look at the, you know, that green vision that we're heading towards there, with the church spire, people on benches, swans. The whole thing is what the world thinks England looks like. So there you are, world. There's a bit of Middle England. Thought there might be a few more boats on the river today. Yesterday there were quite a few guys sculling, you know, in like the rowing, the thin scull. I think they're called sculls. So that was quite interesting, and obviously you have to be careful with them because with the width of their oars, they're quite wide, aren't they? And they're also travelling backwards, so they can't see you. So a bit of a shouting to them to tell them where you are and that sort of thing. All right, missus.
Yes.
What have I got there?
Tea.
Tea? Oh, is that the tea where, you know, you said, what do you want? I said coffee. Did you think I said tea?
Yeah,
Not coffee.
Is that recorded? I would like to go back and just check that out.
I think it might be recorded. And
Did you want tea or coffee?
I'll have a coffee. And the world will see the confused woman that I
that's yours.
love and adore. Right.
I think it's potentially because I've got a hangover.
Here come a couple of the sculls. I think they're they're called sculls. Is it sculling? It's not. I know it's rowing, but I think they're. I'm not sure. But anyway, because they travel backwards, they can't see you. And then they're like 15 foot wide, even though they're sitting on a knife edge.
They're very fit looking, aren't they?
They are. And it's like an older group, isn't it?
Yeah.
Perhaps they're from, you know, that film Cocoon. Perhaps they've found some eggs.
I think there's a lady helping them there, encouraging them.
Perhaps they found some eggs. That little like Mark Skett then.
I thought that.
Mark. No, it's not Mark. It's not Mark Skett. So that's Harry's boat there. And so he runs a business doing all the rope related stuff. Fenders, windlasses.
And he's now making me some curtain tie-backs.
There's Brian over there.
Yeah.
It's the flow. That's Brian's boat, or Tarky. Now the hull of that, I think, is 1899. So he had the boat built, the cabin and all the interior, but the hull itself is 1899.
There's
How you doing? This boat here, Carnaby, we came up a couple of locks with him yesterday. That's again a very old tug, about 1930s I think, and that's been shortened. It used to be a really long one apparently, but incredibly deep draft in that. Do you like that church over there and the trees? I think it's lovely that. That's a...
It looks similar to lots of other churches.
No, I've just been boring the world about how quintessentially English Stratford is, and that is that's your typical view, isn't it? Beautiful. And for those that don't know it, those big black floaty things over there is what saves you going over the weir. So if you're ever on your own on this boat, if one day you decide you do want to, you know, go without your keeper, then that's what you don't go that way. That says that that's a big drop over the other side of those.
I'm still
Get it?
reeling at the word keeper.
I am your keeper.
Nice place to sit.
Better get a turn on. Big turn coming up, missus. He and his family had a lot to do with the modernisation of this navigation, of the Warwickshire navigation. It takes a bit of turning, you know, when you've got the flow. It's quite worrying because it continues to push the whole boat sideways. It doesn't just go round on a sixpence, do you know what I mean?
I realise you had to pay to moor on the river.
Yeah, but no, not because we've bought the licence, we don't need to. But if
that definitely says recreation ground mooring fee between 1st of April and 31st, you have to pay a fee for mooring there.
I think that means, because if you look at the pricing structure on the site, there's a price for that. So I think it means if you come out off the canal onto the Avon because you want to stay there, you do have to pay. So the fact you're not going to go down the river, I think it's that. But I mean, we can check that out. It might be different, but I don't think it is. Nobody ever says that.
I'm not sure whether it's just that area because that is a recreational ground, whereas up here it's not. Because that's the only signpost I've seen just there. I've not seen it anywhere else further up. But if you want to carry on talking to me and pointing your finger when you're talking, that's fine.
She just annoys me sometimes. Do you think she knows it all? And I know it all. I'm the only one on this boat who knows it all. They don't even start trying to know it all.
Today, you're spoiling for a fight. And I think it's because you've got a hangover. Just saying.
I need to buy some more whiskey. I've smashed the whiskey.
I need to buy some more gin. I've smashed the gin and I'm the only person.
It's because I've come on holiday with a Scotsman. He drinks it like tea.
Talking about that, do you enjoy your tea?
It's very nice. It's got a bit of a flavour to it.
Like a coffee flavour.
It's got a funky flavour to it. Like no perfume, but it's not Earl Grey, but it does taste a bit perfumey.
Now I'm wondering at this point whether I stirred it with the teaspoon that I've been trying to mould my candle out of. So it might, is it gingery? Has it got like a gingery smell?
It's got oil on it, look.
This is what I'm thinking. It might be a little bit of wax.
And it's what it is. What if that's poisonous?
One can only dream.
Look at all the beautiful swans.
Did I tell you earlier on we did the little cygnets? Now we've run out of oats. If they go back into the lock, there's no way we're going to be able to, come on, coax them out.
I was telling the people that yesterday was, we didn't have cameras running, but it would have been scary if we'd have squashed a cygnet between the boat and the wall with all those people watching.
Not that with me on the boat. That would have just spoiled my holiday. I would have cried for the rest of the holiday.
You being on the boat spoils my holiday.
You being in my life spoils my life.
So we've stopped up to talk to Brian. So Brian's on a boat that was in the Basin with us. Lovely old chap. He's 78 years old and he looks 65, 67, something like that. It's ridiculous. So do you want me to turn around and do another tour down or what?
I don't mind. How are we going to just, what were you just going to just, I put the kettle on to make you a proper cup of coffee, minus the candle wax.
When did we discuss a new plan then?
We don't discuss.
Was I drunk? Have you been convincing me when I'm drunk to do things?
I was talking to Ian about it, and then I was thinking about the plan for Ian and Mary, and then
about
I was like,
what?
Actually, I like it. About living on a barge, Dutch barge.
When did we talk about that?
As I said, we haven't. This is us talking about it. We haven't talked about it yet.
Okay. Well,
yesterday when we were travelling down there was Shakespeare Marina being built. You know the marina past
yes.
the lock? Yeah.
Or the second lock, Weir Break Lock, I think.
That's the one. So I just thought, well, so we bought like a big Dutch barge to live on, and
right.
we still keep Wee May as our kind of like travelling boat.
Right.
And then the Dutch barge we can go down south and live on it in the marina. And then when we want to go out on our holidays, we can go up north on Wee May.
Okay.
That's the plan. Instead of having a house.
That's given me something to think about for a bit, hasn't it? So, okay. But you can't do all the inland waterways and stuff.
No.
Not many of them.
No, but you could do. You live in Stratford, so you can get onto the Avon. You can do the
Severn.
You can go down south, you can get onto the canals down there if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Or you just live on it in the marina as your house, and so you live in Stratford in a boat, and then whenever you want to go somewhere, you can either get in your car and travel, or you can get on Wee May and travel.
Yes. There's Brian, look again. Hello, Brian. Fancy meeting you here. You what? One of those like traditional Dutch barges, like they're quite. Or are you just thinking wide beam?
Wide beam? What's the difference? Sorry.
Well, the Dutch barge is a bit more. It's a bit like an upside down banana. It's got quite a high front on it.
I mean a wide beam.
Just a wide beam canal.
Like
boat.
Oh, I live on a wide beam.
I've got a wide beam wife.
Oi. I'm really sensitive at the moment.
Are you?
The amount of weight that I've put on during the last year, can we say, with copious amounts of alcohol and food and no exercise.
Is that where your wide beam's
And
come
that's why
from?
you just got calling me a wide beam. Wide beam on.
I meant your smile. It's a beaming smile. Quite wide. That's your wide beam. That's what I meant.
Wide mouth.
That's what I meant.
Oh, go away.
Just don't be so. You've been oversensitive. You're paranoid.
I've got.
You're thinking I'm talking about your backside.
I've got a friend on Facebook. No, not on Facebook. I've got a friend on YouTube who sticks up for me and tells you to leave me alone. You know who they are?
You got a couple of those. They think that I'm really cruel to you and that I really don't treat you well.
I think they think you're a misogynist sexist.
I'm not. I might act like one sometimes, but it is an act. I am the softest, most giving
What we were
person.
talking about last night with Mary and Ian, and we were describing as an animal, but what did Mary think you as? She called you a warthog, and she called like a close smoky anchor a dormouse.
No.
It was really offended.
I was a wild boar, apparently.
That set her off for a good half hour. twice the size of this, so you can have a kitchen with an island in the middle. You can have a nice lounge, and then you can have.
Do we keep this for doing the small stuff?
Are you not listening to what I'm saying? Yes.
Oh, okay. So how are we going to afford the big one if we keep this?
Because we live on it. It's our house.
Oh, okay. So this is still our toy,
This is our holiday.
and we live on a big
And
one.
we live on a boat instead of living in a house.
That's decadent, isn't it? 2 boats.
But no house, so we don't have any bricks and mortar around us. Are you
That's
getting
all right.
a bit about us not living in a house?
I'm not really bothered as long as my bed's comfortable and it's warm. Oh, is this in a position when you've retired?
Well, not when I was. Yeah, I suppose, I guess so. So those English geese, white geese,
Well, they're all English geese because they're all in England.
but one of them's called Canada goose.
Oh, the Canada geese are the black and grey ones.
Yes, so they're not all English geese, then, are they?
Well, no, but these others aren't called English geese. They're just geese, I think. I don't know. They will have a name, won't they? The white geese, and there's those other geese that have got the orange beaks. They're quite ornate looking geese. I don't know what they're called. I know there's different swans. There's hooper swans and berwick swans, mute swans. I think these are all mute. Can you hear me? No, none of them looked. They're mute.
That doesn't mean that they're mute, you idiot. That means they're deaf.
Why are they all the swans going round into the lock entrance?
Because people are feeding them on the bridge, so they all go in there, they all gather.
It's going to get stressful, isn't it? How are you getting off? It's a really weird place, isn't it, this? No. See what's he doing through there? What I'll do is I'll try and get my side over there. He might be coming to talk to us now. Yeah, I'll go there. What I'd like to do is try and get a mid-centre line around that thing there. Should be able to step across in a minute. I need to get far enough back so that they can come past me. So here we are, just waiting for the lock as the big trip boat again is coming through. Just waiting. Mrs Lumsden's gone to check the kettle, and I'm left holding the baby. Hello, how you doing? Yarrow the Narrow. Give us a big wave. Yay! So we're going to cut away from the river now because I said earlier I'd go and look for Ian Busking, and we found him, and I couldn't find a clever way of editing it in, so I've just dropped it here.
Dream, 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 dream. Dream, dream, dream. So hold me tight. Whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream. my life away. Can you edit that,
Stepping away
Henry?
now because they're starting to take money out of his bucket. Apologies for spoiling your act, Ian. So after a lovely couple of hours on the river with the missus, it's back into Bancroft Basin. Got a bit of a wobbly camera here. It was obviously been affected by the revs of the boat. Hello. You alright? You having a nice day? That's nice, isn't it? Have you got one for me? Have you?